Alright, 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 alright. Hey everybody, it's your boy, Joe Palmer123. I know it's been a couple months since I made my last video. And it's been a really long time since I made that video. But before I get into some of my pickups that I have scattered over here, let me just get into this a little bit. I know I said I've been wanting to make more videos, but it's just been tough dealing with finishing up my house here soon, and it necessarily ain't the virus that's been getting me down. Stuff I've been battling through, a lot of depression, and mental health is a big thing, and it does suck the life out of you. I'm not here looking for sympathy or anything like that, because that's just not who I am. I can tell my story and say it's my story, because, I've gone through it. But I'd say since I had that accident in 2020, I still think there's a few things not right up there that I probably should have got checked out then. But, that's my fault, because, I seemed fine at the time, but a late concussion or whatever you want to consider it, to where, I don't say people's names right some days. I don't remember who I am some days. It's just a tough road for me, but I'm still fighting. And that's all I can do, is fight through the depression and just know that, with most people, it's hard to come out about this and tell your story. And depression has affected me in ways where I've thought about selling my entire collection off before, and it's not a bad thing, because that's us as humans. It's us feeling emotions and feelings and whatnot. Kind of like, how you get upset or you just smile when you're playing a video game that you really enjoy. It's all a part of life. Life's a game. We're all wanting to reach the end and meet the final boss and maybe find a princess along the way. Some of us have found them, or princes, and they've ran off because it wasn't the right time. But that shouldn't stop us from at least trying to find stuff that makes us happy in this collecting world that we live in. And that, sorry, my camera's far enough away to where I gotta zoom in sometimes. But I've been getting a bunch of collection stuff for the collection, and been made some deals and whatnot that I still need to make a few other videos I've been putting off. Partially because, I'm tired most of the time because the depression eats a lot out of me. But it hasn't slowed me down yet. So anyways, a little bit about, there's 3 boxes here, 2 banana boxes and a brown box. A little bit of backstory on this. An old classmate of mine works with my brother-in-law, and asked him if he knew what the value of some old video games were. Naturally, my brother-in-law gets a hold of me, tells me who it is, and from what I could see of the pictures, I made an offer based off of what I could see. You know, and I thought I was supposed to get one item with it, which apparently, by the way I worded it, they thought I didn't want it, and that went to an auction house, and I never figured out what auction house. Anyways, but, so from the way it sounded is my friend's grandparents were selling off most of the stuff out of their house, is what I'm gathering, you know, downsizing, and nobody wanted this. Well, one of the items that I got was brand new in the box, and the other item that was brand new I wish I would have got, but I didn't, which I'm still happy either way. I took a big gamble on based on what I could see and kind of get a value on to make them a fair offer, you know, for what I could see. Now, you know, the value would have been in what I couldn't see. Could have been great value, it could have been horrible value, and I could have bought something based off of a couple games I needed, and the rest could have been what I already had. That's the gamble we all take sometimes. And I only had a limited amount of time to make an offer, and I made an offer, they took it, and I won't say what I offered or paid because it was a while ago, but it was fair. So let's get right into this. Okay, we're at 6 minutes. As you can see, this is the one box. This should mostly be, if I'm correct, Intellivision stuff. Yep. I haven't really looked at this since I got it. Like, I kind of took a peek at it all. But we'll get into this thing first. This is actually kind of very unique. It's mainly for Atari games or ColecoVision games. But it's kind of a unique kind of flip top organizer. Kind of makes you think back to the old floppy disk, the big jumbo floppies where they had these where you just flipped it open and it's like, oh. And then of course it's got your manual slot, and then it holds, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 20 games and probably 20 manuals, roughly, which isn't bad. Kind of unique in a sense, or hey, not even manuals. Well, yeah, I guess that would fit down in there or something like that. There may be more games. I don't know. Anyways, that's me rambling. As far as I can tell, there's no specific maker name on it, so I couldn't really guess who made this, but we'll set this, actually we'll put it back in the box because the box is right here. Let's get into some box games here that I got, and some of these I think should be complete, some should only be missing like the little sleeve things, but the one game I got was Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Treasure Tarman. Yeah, Tarman. And it's still got the little KB sticker that peeled off here. I can't wait to play this. It's only one player, sadly, so I can't play multiplayer with it. This I was actually happy to acquire. It's not every day you find a sealed blackjack, or no, roulette from the Electronic Boutique. I think we used to have one of them out at Crossroads years ago, but it could have just been the Electric Avenue. and stuff or whatever it was. But anyways, here's a game I was actually happy to get. I knew I never had. And I believe this is complete. Yep. And I thought this is kind of unique. It's a red cartridge that I've never seen on the Intellivision before. These are all in pretty minty condition for its age. Even this still got half of the original plastic flap. Minimal damage on the box, I'd say, but it's Sewer Sam. I've actually kind of wanted to try this out. Then this one is Blockade Runner. That's complete. There's only probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games that are boxed. And that, oh, this one's about to come out. Fix this here. That's why I always hated these iMagic. Like, why couldn't you have had it on the top instead of the bottom? But the fact that you still got all the plastic here. This one's a Safe Cracker, and it's still got the KB sticker on it, which I love finding that stuff like that. I took a gamble because not knowing if this stuff was sealed or not. Like, you could see some of these mostly still had the plastic on them, which is nice. This one would be Mind Strike. Apparently this is, you use this with any Intellivision master component, computer adapter, and keyboard or computer keyboard. Okay, I guess there's something else I gotta find out I never knew existed. I wish, I would have been able to go see what all they had, because if they had that, I bet you they had the keyboard, not knowing. And of course, it is what it is, but that's alright. Here's Snafu. It literally looks like a game of Snake that used to be on the old Nokia phones. Now, those of you who are 30 on up, you know what I'm talking about. Good old Snake. The game you could play for hours on your little tiny Nokia screen. Yeah. Before we had these massive, smartphone looking things. Here we have a copy of Utopia. And that's one thing I will say I've always liked about the Intellivision game, most of their boxes, is how you just open the box like this. Your manual sat here, your little inserts went there, and your game sat there. Is kind of like, it's like opening a book. You didn't have to lift a lid. You just flip this open. I don't know if places quit doing this because it's more work than it was worth. But I think this was kind of more unique because then it allowed you to just be like this. I've seen some old big box PC games that were like that. You just don't see stuff like that nowadays. Let me set these back in here real quick because I don't want these to get damaged. But yeah. I'd say just getting some more box games that I didn't have was kind of worth it. Some of them will replace some of the loose games I had that were like missing manuals and whatnot. I don't know if the system I got I'm going to keep or get rid of. I got to dig mine out to see how much nicer it is than mine. Because depending, I might put that in the original box that mine was in. Or is in, I should say. And then, yeah, we can go from there. But, let's see. Alright. Got it back in here. Probably, I know a lot of people probably give me guff about doing that, but that's just how I got them. And that, I'd say let's go with this one. And it's been a while since I've seen Ziploc bags like this. Or hefty bags. My bad. These should be all these manuals and whatnot, but we'll get the games out first and go through them. We have Whitewater. I'm guessing is a rafting game. We have a weird Centipede cartridge. I believe those are missing the sleeves, or not the sleeves, these things, the things for the game. This one we have Golf with the 2 sleeves. You have over here Pac-Man, and the 2 sleeves behind it is actually for He-Man Masters of the Universe. So that was kind of a nice little find, because I didn't know that was in the deal when I got it. And I don't think I really looked at these when I got it. I just took a quick look at the boxed ones. Here we have Advanced Dungeons and Dragons with both of the little sleeves. And I'll go talk about these manuals in a minute. This one we have Bump and Jump, which I believe I had that, but it was missing. It was loose without those, which wasn't a big deal. And that. And what I'll probably end up doing with all those is putting them in like their own Ziploc bags with the manuals and stuff with them individually, so that way I don't lose anything. This we have regular baseball with both little card sleeves. And then we have here Vectron. And I know that's another one I didn't have, which was kind of nice to get some of these. Let me get these manuals out of the way. Alright, we have, if I can do this right, come here. Alright, we have right here Tron Deadly Disc with both of them, and we got Checkers with both of their things. Okay, and then we have Night Stalker, which I believe I played that one not that long ago. It wasn't a bad game. One of my kind of favorite games of on the original Nintendo I used to play a lot. Burger Time. I hope one day to actually beat the game, but we'll see. Lock and Chase with both little sleeves. I'll just keep calling them sleeves because I don't know. We got Astro Smash. Mission X with their little sleeves, and I think most of these will have the sleeves. You got Shark, and I believe all of the games are complete with manual, even if they don't have the cards. Tron, Mazatron, that one looks pretty fun. Alright, here's where I got the blackjack thing earlier. Blackjack with manual. And I'm presuming, I think I've seen the manual on the top there, but it's got the cards as well. I've got Buzz Bomber. last but not least, hockey. But yeah, I mean, when I seen this, it's like they asked me about one item, you know, the new unbox item and that, and then that's when they mentioned about this, and I was like, yeah, sure, you know, just send me some pictures, and maybe I can help out, give you an idea what I think it's worth, and maybe help them to find it a new home. But luckily, you know, I was able to get this for myself and that, and help my Intellivision collection out, because I would actually like to one day complete my Intellivision setup if I'm so lucky. Do these ones come from down here? Probably not. But yeah. So let's see. I'm probably one of the few YouTubers that actually takes the time to put the stuff back in the bag after it's been pulled out of the bag, because it does take a lot of time. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but it allows you to talk and whatnot. But yeah, I've been wanting to try the He-Man game out, because I got one for the 2600 a year or two ago. And I was going to do a review of it with a buddy of mine, but he's never wanted to come over and do the He-Man review, which, no sweat off my back, if you know what I mean. And that, but yeah, let's see what manuals we have here, because they could be manuals for other ones. You got a Pac-Man manual, Centipede, Tron, Mazatron, which I do love the artwork on that. Tron, Deadly Disc. Ooh, we got one of the old catalogs. Let's see. See, and like these catalogs, they even took time to put little bits of artwork in here, which I can appreciate, because now it's like you won't get a game and have this with it to tell you, oh, here, try these games, you know. It's definitely from a different time era. Ooh. Here we go. We have this He-Man book, and that's kind of cool. It actually came with a little storybook and stuff. Let me open it. And that's definitely very, very cool. I know some of the Atari ones came with like the little Atari comic book, like I think it was shoot, I was just talking to someone about it the other day. Anyways, we got Vectron. It'll come to me. You got Buzz Bomber. We got Checkers, Night Stalker, Poker and Blackjack, Astro Smash, Lock and Chase, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, NHL Hockey, Mission X. Here we go. Good old Burger Time. And then we have the little catalog in here for the ColecoVision arcade games. We have a manual for baseball, which this is kind of a weird looking manual. You know, you flip it up to look through it, kind of like a notepad. Definitely something different. We have 1 to 4 player PGA Golf. Then we got Shark Shark, which that looks like it could be interesting to try out. We got a Bump and Jump. Then we got it looks like a little mini catalog thing for the iMagic series games. Here's that might have just been like a little pamphlet. Here's a little catalog to tell you all the games, which I'm pretty close to getting all the iMagic carts for my Atari kiosk that they went to, but oh, alright, I guess I did have it. That's for Whitewater, and both of them here. Hey, both of them are there. How about that? So, yeah, oh, and apparently on the back of the Whitewater, there's a little proof of purchase sticker. I'd say that's kind of a little unique thing. You know, you don't see them putting too many proofs of purchases on old game stuff or new game stuff anymore like they used to then. We have a handful more here, and then I got more in this other box we'll look at. And we'll pull these manuals out. And let me grab these games. Alright, we have Ladybug. Insert other side up. Alrighty. We have Donkey Kong with a sticker on this one that says insert other side up. Some people just don't know, you know? Then I've got 2 little inserts for pinball and 2 for backgammon with the cart. I was going to say when I looked through all this back then, I only think a handful of them were missing the little sleeve things. We have Frogger. We have Defender, which I seen somewhere, now don't quote me on it, but I think the Intellivision Defender was different than the Atari Defender. Not by much, but enough to make a difference. Okay, now let's see if I can pull this out. We have Bowling with both the little sleeves. Okay, if I can pull these out carefully. We got Space Battle, which I believe I already had. Triple Action, which I'm not sure if that was baseball or not. I think it was. Here's kind of a unique one. Locomotion, which their little sleeve looked like a train. Little different. Sea Battle. And then we have Space Armada, which I have played Space Armada. It's, if I remember right, it's not the worst. It's not the best, but you know, it could always be worse. But we've come a long way from playing with these games. And it looks like we got another Coleco card over here. We got basketball with both sleeves. We have football with both sleeves. Reverse-y, or I'll just say reverse. Reverse. Star Strike, which looks like a war zone or a map or some type of game. I'll have to give it a whirl. Happy Trails. This one's actually one of the better art covers because it's made by Activision and they took pride in trying to do up their stuff extra nice. Then the Coleco game that I have here is Mousetrap. Alright. Let's just hope the game works a lot better than the board game does, because I don't know how many of you grew up trying to play the board game, but how often did the board game actually work the way it was supposed to? Not very often that I can remember. But then again, I ain't played Mousetrap in probably, 20 years? I'd say about 20 years would be fair. But yeah, I've been slowly trying to get into getting more board games and whatnot that I've been wanting to get into. Just because there's a handful of board games I've been wanting to play, like there's a couple D&D board games. One was a Rick and Morty D&D adventure. Another one was it was Deadly Tower, I think was. I've seen a couple of them pop up for sale, which I've thought about getting my hands on, or trying to anyways. But no luck on getting them for the board game collection to play. Been working a deal out with a guy locally. He's got a handful of board games from all different eras, because that's what he's into, board games and old monster stuff and that. So yeah, how that turns out. We got instructions for Donkey Kong, Space Battle. Oh, had two of them there. Star Strike, Space Armada, Reversi, which this looks like it's almost like a game of checkers or something. Have to give that a whirl here soon. We got a manual for bowling. Triple Action. Okay, it's not it's 3 games in one. You got tanks, car racing, and apparently plane shooting. It looks like Snoopy versus the Red Baron. We got a manual for pinball, and what's this inside here? Oh. Well, if I have an issue with it, I wonder if Intellivision will honor the 90-day warranty. I ain't had it 90 days, but, maybe they'll still honor it. Person can only dream, right? NBA basketball. Ladybug. Now, if I seen that artwork as a kid, I probably would have been like, hey, can we get this game? Yeah, that's probably an easy game, We got a manual for backgammon, Mousetrap. It's a neat old TV. You might have to look into finding one like that, because I've seen it in a lot of the booklets. You got Sea Battle, Locomotion, which I'm guessing you just build train tracks, Football. Ooh. Is that a big manual for football? Oh. Oh, this is kind of cool. Football playbooks that fold out. That's kind of cool. There's 2 of them here, so that's definitely different. Here's the manual for Happy Trails. You got your Defender manual. And then your Frogger manual, which I always like the Frogger one because they all were the same. And that, I'd say this was a nice purchase. I mean, I haven't really fully gone through to see what all I have and don't have, because when I do it, I usually try to go through and check to see if this stuff looks better than mine or what the deal is. But so far, I think most of this, if it is duplicate, is in a lot better shape than mine. But we'll get into this here. Set this box here. Take this lid off here. Well, let's take this off. Here's actually the lid for storage container. I believe it's the universal one that wasn't made for the Atari. It was the Attel Games one, yep. So you can see, they apparently don't have the old switcher. It's got one of these coaxial screw-in things that you push into the back of that. It's got the power cord here, if I'm correct. The power cord on these were actually built in, and you could push the power cord in the back here, which was kind of good, I think. I'll definitely have to see if it fits. But anyways, here we have the Intellivision manual, the master component. Then we have an old coaxial cable and a smaller coaxial cable, which this actually would come useful with my Nintendo TV, because the cable I got running to an adapter is too long. We have yeah, it's a little dirty inside there, but not too bad. This is one of the things that was in the box, and that I don't know if it works or not. If somebody knows what this RCA remote goes to, or they need this remote, get a hold of me. I would gladly trade this for something. I'll clean up the contacts, see if I can get the little light there to power on that, because I think that would be kind of cool if it still worked and I could find somebody who actually needs it, you know, more than I do, and to where they can reuse it again, because a lot of people are buying these old TVs back from their childhood and whatnot and stuff. But yeah, so let's put this back in here and we'll put the lid back on. I'd say, you know, overall, even finding these still intact with no cracks is becoming a rare occurrence, because they're just so fragile, from what I've understood, that they just cracked real easy, and I was happy it didn't crack and that. But yeah, but the icing on the cake here was what's in this box. And this is it. I wish it had the receipt, but it doesn't. It is a brand new unboxed black Nintendo Wii. Like I said, there's a little bit of damage on it, like right there. I have not opened it to see if it's in there. but it's as heavy as it is. It should be. The other thing they had was a brand new unboxed Wii Fit balance board, and I wish I would have got it, but I didn't because you know, the way I worded it, did that end up at an auction house? But that's all right. But yeah, a few other things I picked up here since it's right here beside me. I've gotten another Pong system. You know, these ones you slid the controllers off the side and then put them back down. And then it's still got this, the TV cable. It ran on batteries and it ran on a power supply. The guy did say that worked. The other thing that I got, basically the same day, I picked up Darth Vader PSP, working condition. It has a new replacement battery. I got an aftermarket power cord, and then I got this cute little carrying case that, you know, holds 8 games, 4 on this side, 4 on the other. I got Worms Open Warfare. This one is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Phoenix, Lego Indiana Jones 1 and 2. This side you have Star Wars Battlefront, Renegade, the movie Hancock, X-Men Wolverine Origins, and the movie The Benchwarmers. And then I also got these, which should be 4 games in each one of these. And if I'm able to figure out which side these are going to... Okay, we have Resident Evil Extinction Movie, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, Little Big Planet, Monster Jam. We got Cars, Star Wars Battlefront or something like that, I'm thinking. Then we got Thrillville, and then we have Crash. Okay, I'll set this in here. And then I recently got, I got this for a gift, or not a gift, but for babysitting. But I recently acquired a boxed Sega Power Base, which is in there. It's only missing the screw to hold it down, but it looks pretty minty. Still got the manual. The box is in, I'd say, 8 out of 10 condition, because, you know, the wear and tear and stuff, which is to be expected. And then I recently acquired a boxed basketball and football, or no, baseball and football game, which are in the box. This one's, of course, the hang tab, not the hang tab, but the tab that locked into here is still kind of there. Well, I guess it is there. It's just, it's not all there. So you can take part of it down, but you're still missing a piece. And then I got this from the same person. These are like brand new. It looked like they were maybe played once and put back in the box. Still got the plastic bags that holds them in place and the cardboard that sits over top of them. And then to show you real quick, I'm careful. Alright, come on. There we go. So if you look here, there's cardboard. If I lift this up, plastic bag on it. They're pretty minty. He even gave me brand new batteries with it, which I asked if he wanted his batteries back, because he put them in both and stuff. Because I'm like, with the way everything's going, try to be a fair person and be like, well, I can give you your batteries back. But he's like, no. He's like, we got enough of them. So that was nice, and the guy brought it to me, at my work, because I messaged while I was at work, and which was nice. And then he brought something else done. I was hesitant about buying, but I pretty much bought 2 items for the price. I think he's asking $20 a piece, and I offered 10 a piece or whatever it was, and I ended up getting all 3 for like 40 bucks at most. But VCR basketball board game, I'm not big into sports or anything like that. So I figured, for what he was asking, I'm like, you know what, I'll take a stab at it. I'm like, because it's something different. Like, I like finding VCR board games, even if they're just sports games. You just don't know. And it's getting tougher finding stuff out there and all this, and especially with the resale market and other collectors who aren't even in your hobby want to get into it because they see your collection, and it's like, you don't see me getting into your hobby to make it harder for you. Why do you got to make it harder for me, But it is what it is, One day I'll probably sell all this and buy a private island somewheres. But maybe I won't. You just never know. But yeah, I think that'll wrap this video up for now. I got another pickup video with a bunch of other stuff that I've got piled up in a tote there for another video, and then I've got a Ninja Turtle video I'm probably going to upload not long after this one. Yeah, I got a decent turtle lot. I'm hoping to get my one buddy to be a part of that video because he's big into turtles too and stuff. And don't be mad that I don't know what half of the turtle names are, like for the different figures, and that, or what little series they came out of for the OG turtles. But I got it because there's a few items in there I had when I was younger that my grandmother had picked me up, and it's something I've kind of wanted to find again since she passed, just to find a couple items that I had from her when I was little. But other than that, yeah, so stay tuned for my next video. Just enjoy life, treat everyone with kindness. The world's already a horrible place anyways, we just gotta treat everyone a little better and smile even if we're having a bad day. Because not every day is going to be a bad day. Live long and prosper.